It's This Week in TV, Episode 2, TV, Episode 3. It's Episode 4 of This Week in TV, Episode 5, TV, Episode 6, Episode 7, Week in TV, Episode 8. It's This Week in TV, Episode 9.
Welcome to episode 10 of This Week in TV.
Respected CNN journalist caught with drugs in a New York park. Rove and Katie Lang upset the Victoria Police. And plenty more.
And now, here's Bass.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 10. It's our milestone episode, This Week in TV. We do thank you for joining us and we hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of a trip down memory lane over the last 9 or 10 weeks. It's certainly been a fantastic ride and we'd like to thank the over 2,000 viewers we've had on YouTube. And of course, don't forget, this is the only place you can see it. Now let's get into the main headlines making news in This Week in TV.
A police escort for singer Katie Lang from Melbourne Airport to the Rove South Melbourne studios has attracted criticism as a misuse of police resources. Lang was running late for the show after her plane was delayed from Perth. Many of the parties had been ducking for cover over who was responsible for the escort, including Ten and her record company Warner Music. Roving Enterprises confirmed a police escort had been used to get the staff through the city. The Herald Sun says a security officer working for the show arranged an on-duty officer to meet the Canadian singer at Melbourne Airport to ensure her arrival. The special treatment has angered victims groups and follows widespread community concern over a lack of police resources. The Herald Sun has been told the motorcycles' lights and sirens were not used, but the convoy kept to a 100-kilometre speed limit per hour. Rove joked about the escort in his interview with Lang. He asked her if it was her first police escort. The singer laughed and said she had them in the past, but for the wrong reasons. Shadow Minister for Police and Emergency Services Andrew McIntosh said that overworked police would be disappointed to hear of the waste of resources. CNN journalist Richard Quest, who was arrested in New York's Central Park this past week with methamphetamine in his jacket pocket, was not only carrying drugs but also had a rope tied around his neck and his genitals, the New York Post reports. Police had approached Quest for loitering when he admitted voluntarily, "I've got some meth in my pocket." A search then found the rope and a sex toy tucked in his boot. It wasn't immediately clear what the rope was for. A New York judge ordered Quest to undergo 6 months of counselling. He was reportedly once offered a position for the English language version of the controversial Al Jazeera network, but said he turned it down because, being gay and Jewish, he didn't think it would be a good fit.
Passengers in first and business class on
Channel 9 plans to strike while the Underbelly iron is hot. Not only is it looking forward to whopping sales of the series DVD the day after its finale airs, but it's also screening the ABC's acclaimed crime series Blue Murder, made in the mid-90s. The Underbelly DVD has attracted huge pre-release sales, with 60,000 copies being securely stocked by Roadshow Entertainment. Starring Tony Martin, Richard Roxburgh and Gary Sweet, Blue Murder will air at 10:30 p.m. on Wednesday the 7th of May, following the Underbelly finale and Canal Road. Blue Murder was penned by Ian David, who has written a new telly movie announced this week.
Well, there we go. Certainly some big stories there. We'll definitely be keeping an eye out on those ones over the next few weeks. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this. It's episode 10 of This Week in TV.
At Lee Matthews Football Camp, Lee shows how to do it right.
On your chest this time, at your chest. Put handballs back. Bad. Good mark. Okay, lunch.
Lee recommends the footy bread, tip-top white high five, and so does the VFL. With added fibre, it's great for lunch, school and play. And there's nothing like the taste of good, fresh tip-top white high five. Good. Tip-top white high five, the official VFL training food.
And welcome back. It's This Week in TV. It's our 10th edition. We do thank you for joining us. Now let's get into the top 10 shows from this past week in TV. We've had a bit of a change at the top of the table. Let's sit back and see who it is. Well, there we go. It was the 7 News Sunday edition, taking the number 1 spot this time around. And of course, it was helped with that big lead-in from the Carlton-Collingwood replay on Channel 7 right beforehand. We'll take another break and be back with more right after this, including a brand new segment, a look back at some of the funniest moments on Australian TV with our new bloopers segment that's right here and coming up next on This Week in TV. We'll take a break and see you after that.
Tip Top multigrain's yummy. Yeah, it tastes just like white bread does. How did I get the grainy bits so soft? They hit them with a hammer, I expect. No. Mum, are they for us?
Tip Top multigrain, white bread taste, and the goodness of pre-softened grains. No wonder kids voted number 1.
I reckon an elephant sits on.
Welcome back. It's This Week in TV. It's our 10th edition. Now let's have a bit of a look back at a blooper which happened about 2 years ago. It was on 7 News, which ironically was our number 1 show this past week. Let's see what happens when the music and the vision goes too fast for the newsreader live on location from the storms in Sydney.
Good evening. First tonight, thousands flee their homes in Lismore as the Wilsons River nears its peak. 2 people missing on the Gold Coast after the heaviest rainfall in 30 years. The deluge triggers transport chaos in Sydney, blocking roads and grounding.
This is 7 News with Samantha Armitage.
Good evening. First drought now.
Well, there we go. We'll be bringing you more bloopers over the coming weeks, so do make sure you stay tuned for those. Well, it's a big week coming up, of course. Big Brother starts this week. I guess the question on everyone's lips is, will this series be a success?
I don't think so.
No, I didn't think so either. Well, we'll leave you with that right now, right here on This Week in TV. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us. Episode 11 is coming. We'll see you next time right here on This Week in TV. Goodbye. Now let's get into the main news. Well, there we go. Bring the... Yeah.